what I do.
Country, where they're gonna go? I'm going straight home to Africa.
Boy, got a white woman.
If Trump decides to kick everybody else, where are you gonna go? If they start kicking everybody out, go back to your country. Where they're gonna go? I'm going straight home to Africa, in my village where the land, I got a land 30 acres, 40 acres.
I can't. All I see is this dude's teeth. I see this white woman in this dude's teeth. Can y'all see him? Y'all see
where the African American gonna go? You got no place. You can't go nowhere. Jamaican are gonna go back home. Haitian are gonna go back home. Anybody from Colombia are gonna go back home. Brazilian gonna go back home. Mexican gonna go back home. Where you guys gonna go? Where you gonna go? Nowhere. And I need you guys to screenshot this. I need you to put it anywhere. Matter of fact, I want to go viral like this, so we can talk. We can have that conversation. Where are the African American gonna go? So that's exactly my point. This is what I'm saying to you guys. Because African American been there for years, they still can't be claimed. They still the most disrespected people. This might go from one ear to the next, but you guys are gonna understand me one day. They're the most disrespected race in the world. They get pulled over by the cops. You know, cops are doing all kinds of stuff. African American claim that, you know, America is so good. Oh, you African booty scratcher. Okay, I can take my booty scratching self to Africa, back home. Where are you gonna go?
Yep. So, you know, at the height of us dealing with what we're dealing with, we still got that to deal with, that internal intraracial beef. So, you know, anyway, let me, like I said, they headed home. Okay. They headed home because angry white nationalists are out here looking for a reason. And if you don't give them one, they'll make up one. They'll make up one out of thin air. And now I don't even blame some of these black immigrants for being terrified of racial conflict. I understand you're scared, okay? They weren't raised in this. But us, foundational black Americans, this is what our culture prepared us for. That's why we built our own neighborhoods and our own churches and our own businesses and our own music and our own language. That's why we can communicate with a look, a nod, or silence that speaks louder than words. Our culture was built for survival, for fighting, for enduring, for passing strength from one generation to the next. And by contrast, these black immigrants, they come over here from these black majority countries where politicians were black, the cops were black, the whole system was black. They didn't grow up surrounded by another group treating them like a permanent threat. So when things get rough here in America, they panic. And they don't know how to fight unless they got overwhelming numbers. They always talk about Haiti. The Haitians had 500,000 against a tiny number of whites and mulattoes. Of course, they rose up and won. But here in America, the numbers, the politics, the battlefield, they're different here. You got to be built different. You got to know how to resist even when you outnumber. You got to stand in that circle. And that's something that foundational black Americans have mastered. You are not like us. You ain't built like us. We might have the same skin, but you ain't kin. So yes, the movement now is black immigrants are leaving. They're returning home because the economy is shaky and the racial temperature is hot. And that's their choice. But don't confuse us with them. They're here for a good time, not a long time. They take flights. They don't fight. We fight as foundational black Americans. They flee. They fled their homelands. Why would you think they would stay here and fight alongside us? They're runners, not gunners. They only come here to collect a fee and then they flee. But us, we're gunners, and we've been gunners. And we've been fighting for 500 years, and we don't just fight out of necessity. We fight because it's in our DNA. We fight because we're real Americans, and real Americans fight. See, fighting isn't just what we do. It is who we are. It's the most American thing you can be, is a fighter. This country was founded on bloodshed and revolution, and we were right there. And nobody has carried that revolutionary spirit better than us. Fighting injustice is our national pastime. And family, No one does it better than us. Let me make this crystal clear. What we call Black American culture is not just food or music. Our entire culture was designed for survival. It is both a shield and a sword. It's a means of protecting ourselves while at the same time declaring that we will not be erased. 500 years, every song, every phrase, every nod, every recipe, every ritual has carried more than flavor of rhythm. It's carried instructions, how to endure, how to communicate, how to pass strength from one generation to the next. When our ancestors were kidnapped and stripped of their tribal languages, they didn't sit in silence. They built a new language out of English words and African grammar and a cold white folk couldn't fully crack. That wasn't slang. That was encryption. That was survival. To this day, we still use double meanings, rhythm and tone to say one thing in plain sight and another thing underneath. We speak two languages with one tongue, one for the world and one for ourselves. And from the head nod on the street to raise eyebrows to the look that says be cool without a sound, those are survival tools born from being surrounded by people who were always looking for a reason to destroy us. That's why I laugh when some of these Black immigrants come here and say, you don't have culture. Brother, our culture is everywhere. It's in the air. You hear it in the hip hop and the gospel and the blues and the jazz and the R&B. You see it in how we style ourselves, how we cook, how we build family, our neighborhoods out, how we make neighbors out of strangers and turn them into family. You see it in how we walk into a room full of people we've never met and with a single gesture establish trust. Our culture is not invisible. It is omnipresent. It's so much so that you can't recognize it until you realize you've been breathing it the whole time. Here's the point. That culture is why we are still here. Others get erased. Entire Black populations in the South and Central America saw their culture stamped out and watered down until they could barely be recognized. But us, we endure slavery. We endure Reconstruction, Jim Crow, redlining, COINTELPRO, mass incarceration, and we'll endure this BS that we're dealing with right now. We are still standing. We are fighting. We are producing. We are billionaires. We're athletes. We're presidents. We're artists. And the movements that shake the earth, that's us. That's why we're the richest Africans on the planet. That's why we're not going anywhere. So when people try to tell us we have no culture, we don't have a home to come back to, fool, this is our home. And we're willing to fight for it. But the truth is, what they're really admitting is they don't recognize a survival system that was never built for them. Because here's the truth. We didn't build this culture to entertain outsiders. We built it to make sure our children survived another generation. And it worked. And every song was a coded message. Every recipe was a lesson in making something out of nothing. Every church service was a rehearsal for liberation. Every march, every first, every nod, every lyric was survival. It was a manual. And that's why we here. And that's why we always gonna be here. Now let's bring it back to the contrast between these Black immigrants. Many of them grew up in countries where the cops were Black and the politicians were Black and the systems, flawed as they were, still they had people in power who looked like them. They didn't grow up in a world where every institution was designed to suffocate them. So when things get hot in America, what do? They take flights. They're not here to fight. They panic. They pack their bags. They book one-way tickets. And I don't even say that as an insult. It's what I know. It's what we see. They saying they doing. It's what they built for. They built to take flights, not to fight. But us, FBA, Foundational Black American, whatever you want to call it, Indigenous Black American, ADOS, we're born in the storm. We built our lives under the constant pressure of being outnumbered and surrounded by a hostile system. That's why we built a culture where communication can be silent, where strength is inherited, where endurance is a national pastime. We gunners, not runners. You understand? And that's the difference between us and them. That's why when folks try to dismiss us or erase us or disrespect us, they always fail. We always end up winning in the end. What's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome to the broadcast. This is Uncle D. People wash their ass in the tub, Kamala Harris.
You were tuned in to Uncle D. This black man talk, pull up, homie, take a seat. Don't be a shadow watcher every day. You learn something, then you earn something. Let them know and drop some money in the plate. It's getting cold, ladies, talking ratchet. There's a king here, grab your coat, zip your jacket. Keep quiet for a second, close your jaw. Attorney Spurling, this ain't pearly, know the law. Talking Constitution, pushing pins when he shooting, give him that. Masculinity, just for the record, sprinkle that. You can keep your cat, gotta cut it. Only cat he rubbing, gotta love it. I call it Molly Buddy. Gotta vote your interest, voting earns. Presidential, this is for the money that I earn. When you gon' learn, my people, that evil mixed with evil. No matter what you're doing, baby, this ain't equal. Sometimes when you're special, you get hated. The test is for the best, you're damn right, my people made it. Uncle D, Blizzard King, you been served, gotta notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now.
Hey man, I'll do what I do.
Somebody need to whip your ass.
Get up and whip him, Sweets.
Hey, don't be putting the money in my hand all rough.
Take your ass out here. You buy you a Floby and cut your own damn hair from now.
Dennis Spurling podcast, click your mouse pad, yeah, we out back, hit the like, hit subscribe, don't just hate watch cause we outside, let them hate watch, go and play pop, we just lay back, he don't play that, we don't play back, we go way back, black men, yeah, we earn something, tune in, gotta learn something, Uncle D podcast, bump it, likes up, hit the sub button, black men, yeah, we earn something, tune in, gotta learn something, Uncle D podcast, bump it, likes up, hit the sub button. This is Dennis Spurling podcast. Don't just hate watch, hit subscribe and let them know we outside. Don't hold hate, donate, super chat, cash app, put something in the collection plate. Church.
I want y'all to make sure y'all hit the number 1 button. And we're going to kind of get back to what we like to do over here, man. I need y'all to check in at a certain point when it's time to check in. I need to check in it